Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
A little bit of a different start to get you kicked off here on your Friday afternoon from Sparky Anderson Field. Welcome to Oaks pregame, everybody, along with Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkind. Today's game, an interleague game between the Oaks and the Surf. We got off to an early start here. The first pitch is due at 5 o'clock, but they decided they wanted to get this game off a little bit earlier. So that kind of pushed everything up a little bit. So we apologize, we're not doing our normal pregame show, but nonetheless, we're still bringing you Oaks versus the Orange County Surf, an interleague game. The Oaks coming into today, 20-13, 14-11 in the CCL. And they currently sit in third in the Central by half a game. The Orange County Surf are the B team for the Orange County Riptide. They're 10-7-1, 3-3-1 in the Sunset League, and they currently sit in second in the Sunset League South. This is the first and only matchup between these two teams this season. We'll get you the starting lineups here. First, for the visiting Orange County Surf. Coming in today, like I said, with a record of 10-7-1. Lucas Sung kicks things off out in center field from Orange Coast Community College. Austin Sajko behind him. Wyatt Hoppy batting third over at third base from Hawaii Pacific. Phil Steering cleaning up for the Surf. Behind him, Brett Thompson playing left field in the fifth spot. Kalani Mutton behind him at second base from Cornell. Nick Bates occupies the seventh spot, DHing from Concordia. Juan Zuniga catching from Concordia is in the eighth spot, and Miguel Abascal playing outfield from the University of San Diego is in the ninth spot. The field for you here for the Oaks. Out in right, Milo Beam. Center, Jason Oliver. Jordan McFarland in left. Chase Cockwell at third. Grant Mayu at short. Max Weinstein at second base. Cody Santana at first base. Eric Ma on the mound. And Jacob Castro behind the dish. Eric Ma from Whitman College getting his second start of the season. Jonah, after we do this first pitch, we'll get to your keys of the game just because we did get an early start. Technically, first pitch is supposed to be in 10 minutes from now, but like I said, an earlier start because both these teams are looking to kind of get in and out. An interleague game doesn't mean too much for both of these teams. Just get the guys some more reps here in summer ball. Sunset League, another league based in Southern California. Two teams in Orange County for them. Hasung steps in and takes the first pitch low and away for ball one. First pitch time, 4:56. Nice day here, 78 degrees, wind blowing out to right. 0-1 is slapped in this left center field. That's going to get down. Oliver quickly gloves it, but that'll be a leadoff single here for Lucas Sung. All right, Jonah, what are your keys to the game for the Oaks?
Well, the keys are a little bit different to yesterday's game just because it's unlikely they can replicate that performance, but I think it will be important for the Oaks, especially in this interleague game, to begin to generate hits when there's not two outs on the board. They tend to fall back on generating hits in two-out situations. Look, obviously you'll take it. It's not a bad situation by any means, but I'd like to see them try and get off to better starts in the innings, and then I'd like to see more production out of the bullpen.
First pitch into Austin Sajka is taken outside for ball one. Runner on, nobody away here, top of the first inning. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks baseball on KDTV. Yesterday, the Oaks won 18-1 against the Long Beach Legends, their largest victory in the last 3 years. 1-0 runner fakes the go. Fastball swung and a miss for strike number one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on here. And that was a big day for the Oaks yesterday. Their final line was 18 runs on 22 hits. Only left 8 on base. We interviewed head coach David Solis after the game, and he was elated with that win, a much-needed win for the Oaks. Only 3 games back of the wild card. 1-1. A curveball slapped into shallow center field. Running back on his Weinstein, but that's going to drop. Advancing Hasung to second, and Sashka over the first. 2 on, nobody away.
And I think the other important thing for the Oaks is to not play down to the level of their competition. Not to say by any means that the players aren't talented on this Orange County Surf, because they clearly are, but the Oaks sometimes have this tendency to play down to competition when they should be favored. And right now, Surf's coming out to a good start, back-to-back hits.
First pitch into Wyatt Hoppy from Hawaii Pacific, low and away for ball 1. Eric Ma is in his 3rd start from Whitman. He is not a normal starter for the Oaks, as they are resting their normal Friday starter, 1-0 low for ball number 2. Today would be normally Joe DeSigley's day to go, but he gets the day off today. Oaks have a team victory game tomorrow, which means another interleague game, so not sure who they're going to throw, but on Sunday, Ray Lambert will throw against the Halos. 2-0, slap towards short, but they're going to say it hit off of his foot, and that'll put a strike up on the board. 2-1 the count.
I'm surprised Hoppy's walking that off without any pain at all. It seems like he clipped his foot pretty well, but I guess at this collegiate level, he can shake it off.
Two and 1 the count, 2 on. Nobody away here, top of the first. 2-1 dealt upstairs for ball number 3. Ma was named one of the best Division III freshmen at Whitman Community College, or excuse me, Whitman or University, not Community College. 3-1 upstairs for ball number 4. That'll be a walk. Bases loaded here, nobody away. Hasung at 3rd, Sashka at 2nd, and Hoppy over at 1st. Phil Steering in the cleanup spot will dig in, and Phil Steering is not the first time that we've seen him. He came in as a pinch hitter back in the early part of the season when the Oaks played the Riptide. They won 5-3 that game, and Steering now on the Surf, the B team for the Riptide. Going back to what I was saying, though, for Eric Ma, his bases are loaded. He deals the first pitch inside for strike number 1. He was actually back in March named the Ironman Pitcher of the Week. He threw a complete game no-hitter, the first of its kind as a freshman in Whitman College history. And he has some very good control, working on his velocity a little bit. He deals the 0-1, low and inside for ball number 1. And when he's on, he is very hard to hit. Also a phenomenal guy to talk to, very well-spoken. Amongst everybody else on this team, this entire team is very well-spoken, very polite, and a lot of fun to be around. He comes set and deals the 1-1, a curveball up and in for ball number 2. The Oaks sporting their baby blue uniforms with white letters on the front, outlined by baby blue, or excuse me, by navy blue actually today. And navy blue numbers on the back. Orange County Surf in their orange jerseys with blue sleeves, white letters on the front. 2-1, popped up into center field. Oliver will catch it on the run. We'll see if they test him. They will. Hasung will get in as the throw will come in too late. The sacrifice fly out to center. That's the job done, and the Surf take a 1-0 lead here early in the top of the first.
Nice job from the Surf. They're not playing like timid. They're not second guessing their swings. They're seeing the field extremely well, and they're making great contact with all the ball, and that's why you see quickly ahead in this game, 1-0.
Brett Thompson will dig in now, waving that bat over his left shoulder. The first lefty in today's game takes a curveball out of play for strike number 1. Ma's fastball ranges between 82 and 86 miles an hour. He's a splitter he rarely throws, and a curveball that is between 67 and 69. Looping curveball, but it is very hard to hit nonetheless. Checks the runner at second and deals the 0-1. Waved in the center field. Oliver will take a couple of steps back and make the catch. Tagging from second to third is Sajka. Throw will come in, cut off by Mayu at short. And now we have runners at the corners with 2 away. Kalani Mutton from Cornell will step in now, playing second base in today's game.
Now batting, Second baseman from Cornell University, number 4, Kalani Matt.
For Matten on the season, batting 167 in 24 at-bats. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. 1 run, 2 hits here, top of the first inning for the Surf, affiliated with the Riptide. First and only time these two teams will play against each other. Maud deals the 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes now. Hasung led things off here in the top of the first with a single. Sashka singled. Hoppy singled. Actually, Hoppy walked, my mistake. That loaded up the bases. Phil Steering sacked out to center, and Thompson flew out to center. 2-0, popped up over to right into foul territory. Beam will take a look at it, but it's going to glide just out of play for strike number 1. Nice day here from Sparky Anderson. Second of 3 home games for the Oaks. They beat the Legend yesterday, 18-1. Today and tomorrow, interleague games, and then they'll hit the road on Sunday for a rare late game on a Sunday, a 5 o'clock start in Ventura, 2-1. A half-hearted swing, grounded to Cockrell at third. He makes the underhand throw on the run in time for out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through half an inning here from Sparky Anderson Field. Surf lead at 1-0, but Oaks will look to change that with their first opportunity on the offensive side. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back.
What? Sorry, I didn't see. Was it who was it Cockrell or Maya?
Cockrell.
Cockrell. Okay.
They started so early. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, I'm very happy we're starting early because we got out of here earlier. But, like, that was annoying because we couldn't do pregame.
Yeah. Wait, so this Sajka, he goes to Cumberland, right? Where does Steering go?
I don't know.
Or do you know where Brett Thompson goes?
Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, Jason Oliver lead things off here for the Oaks. In the bottom of the first inning, down 1-0. Nick Lemanian from Vanguard University deals the first pitch in for strike number 1. Oliver showed bunt pulled back, but it was a strike nonetheless. Give you a look sign up here in just a moment, and the field for the Surf. And the 0-1 is taken low for ball 1. It's actually Chris Lemanian, my mistake. 1-1 count. Oliver had a big day yesterday as the 1-1 has popped in the foul territory to right, and that's going to get out of play for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Oliver. Lemanian taking his time. Zuniga behind the dish gives him the sign as he deals the 1-2. Swung and a miss for strike 3, and Oliver goes down swinging for out number 1. Weinstein and Lewis behind him. Mayu in the 4th spot. Santana in the 5th spot. Chase Cockrell in the 6th spot. Jordan McFarland occupies the 7th spot. Castro in the 8th spot. And Milo Beam in the 9th spot here for the Oaks. And a little bit of a different walk-up situation for every player. The interns actually got to choose the walk-up songs today as the first pitch is sliced into center field. Running back on it is his Sung. And he'll make the catch for out number 2.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with Spider-Man. I'd love to be him.
It's definitely very funny. Just because it is an interleague game, everybody's a little bit more relaxed. And the interns down in the press box below us, who handle all of that side of the team operations, decided to have a little bit of fun, and why not? Brandon Lewis digs in now, 2 away here, bottom of the first. The first pitch is a slider, taken for strike number 1. Oh, 1 becomes 1-1 as that pitch was low and away. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Surf. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Oaks here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-1 dealt. Runs low and away for ball number 2.
And surprisingly, the big bat of Brandon Lewis, he was the only guy yesterday that didn't really get it going in comparison with the rest of his teammates. It was just 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored.
2-1 popped up behind the plate. Running back on it is Zuniga, and that's going to be just in front of us in the press box. And that was a look out below moment. Jonah was about a fingertip away from making the catch, and he is a little bit upset. If he had the glove, I think he would have made the catch. But Jonah, I think it saved you from another error at least.
Oh, man, I thought I had that. It seemed like it was I should have reached out like this with my glove. And that could have been, I could have redeemed myself for the last time that when I missed it. That's really a shame.
Two ripped towards third but foul, and that'll keep the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody's enjoying their Friday afternoon. Late start here.
Ruling on the last play was an error on the scoreboard operator.
Well, at least they gave the air to someone else. Not myself.
I think we'll give it to, I'm going to give it to you, Jonah. 2-2. Slider cut back against the screen once again. Oliver led off the inning for the Oaks with a strikeout. Weinstein followed that up with a fly out to center. Now Lewis trying to fight off a 2-2 count. Lewis digs back in. Lemanian deals the 2-2. Waved foul for a 4th straight time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 2s across the board. And Lewis looking to stay alive here in the bottom of the first inning as his team is down 1-0. Surf represent the Sunset League, riding a 2-game losing streak. 2-2 upstairs for ball number 3, and that brings the count full for our first time in today's game.
Nice patience from Lewis. Lays off the upstairs pitch. Lemanian tried to catch him swinging, but instead he stays off.
Payoff pitch dealt to Lewis is skied into shallow center field. Sajka, Matt, and Hasung all collide on it, but Sajka out at short will make the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Oaks go down in order. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV, down 1-0 as we head to the top of the second.
From Concordia, number 16, Nick Bates.
Nick Bates from Concordia University Irvine steps in the DH spot in today's game. 1-0 our score in the top of the second inning. Oaks went down quietly in the bottom half of the first after the Surf scored 1 run and 6 batters. First pitch skied into foul territory to the left of third base. Castro makes a slide as it goes foul into the stands, and that puts a strike up onto the board.
Castro tried to make a play, but just sailed a little out of play. But a good effort.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Surf. 0-0-0 in the same categories for the Oaks. 0-1, a beautiful looping curveball taken at the knees for strike number 2. For the Surf on the season, riding a 2-game losing streak. They actually came from San Diego, as though 2 runs low for ball number 1. Yesterday against the San Diego Force, or actually 2 days ago, excuse me, lost 11-7. Before that, they lost to the Ventura County Pirates. So this is the 5th of 6 away games for the Surf. 1-2 runs away, that evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So they're getting quite a travel package. They head to the Orange County Orioles in their final game of the season, or of the road trip, I should say, 2-2 low and inside for ball 3. Then they have a home game against Solano Beach. And then back on the road for 2 games against the Inland Valley Pirates and the Orange County Orioles as well. 3-2, cracked into left field. McFarland runs up and makes the catch for out number 1. One away now here in the top of the second for Juan Zuniga from Concordia. Concordia University Irvine is where the Orange County Riptide and the Orange County Surf make their home. First pitch into Zuniga. Glides outside the zone for strike, or for ball number 1, excuse me. Surf in their second year in existence in the Sunset League. 1-0 from Ma, runs up and in for ball number 2. And it's a developmental league. The Sunset League is a league that was created a couple years ago after it was a minor league baseball team in the 50s and 60s. 2-0 low and outside for ball number 3. And then they resurrected it as a collegiate summer league. And it has been growing ever since. So a little bit ways to go, of course, as the CCL is the premier league in California, but not too far behind are some of the other leagues. 3-0 is a fastball over the heart of the plate for strike number 1. Of course, the Golden Gate League, arguably the second best league in California. Team, or perfect pitch baseball up there, is a phenomenal summer team. 3-1, skied out to right beam, back at the track, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away on a fly out to left and a fly out to right.
The one thing that's a little concerning for the Oaks is, yes, Ma's forced a couple flyouts, but the Surf as a whole collectively have made pretty good contact with the ball. They're hitting it well, although it's not dropping past some of the gloves of the outfielders, but they're seeing the field well and they're getting good swings, which is a little bit concerning.
Miguel Abascal digs in from the University of San Diego. And the first pitch from Ma is a curveball in the outside corner for strike number 1. He is the 9th batter in the lineup. And there are 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Surf up 1-0. They have 2 hits, no runs. Oaks with nothing across the board. They were retired in order in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1. Runs low for ball number 1. A grounder over to third, through the glove of Cockrell into left field for a base hit. And we'll see if they do indeed give the error actually to Cockrell, because that might have hit his glove, but again, that's deemed by our... Nope, they're going to call it a hit, so it was a hit right initially. 2-out base knock for the number 9 batter, Baskel. He's standing at first base, and Lucas Sung will dig in now. 1 for 1 on the day. He scored the only run in the game back in the first inning after leading off with a single.
And that's a tough ball to give Cockrell an error for. It was a line drive.
0-0, skied into shallow left center field. 3 Oaks fielders running in on it, and McFarland makes the diving catch for out number 3, and that'll do it here in the top of the second. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 1.5 from Sparky Anderson Field. Surf lead at 1-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. Don't go anywhere. Bottom of the second here at Sparky Anderson. 1-0 our score. Surf up. It's almost like a punt on Surf's up, I guess, Jonah, as Grant Mailloux steps in for his first at-bat, batting cleanup in today's game. Manion deals the first pitch low and away for ball number 1.
All we would need are some fish tacos and some French fries potentially for a surf and turf.
Well, if you do want tacos, come over to the game tomorrow. We'll have a taco truck on hand. 1-0 dealt is up and in for ball number 2. Paints the outside corner for strike number 1.
Beautiful low pitch from Lumanium. He's got nice control over his pitches as well, retiring the first 3 batters of the Oaks in the first inning.
2-1 over the heart of the plate for strike number 2. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 run, 3 hits for the Surf. No errors on either side. No runs, no hits for the Oaks. They were retired in order in the bottom of the first. Mailloux from San Diego State has now become the official cleanup batter for the Oaks as the 2-2 waved at. Oh, no, they're going to say no swing. An emphatic reply from the first base umpire. Looked like he went around, but I guess that's one of those times that you're glad you're wrong, right? Count is full now. He has been awarded the official cleanup spot for the Oaks after being one of the most efficient power hitters for the team. Cockrell has moved out of that spot into either the 5th or 6th spot, depending on the day. Today, batting in the 6th spot. The payoff pitch runs outside for ball 4, and the Oaks get a leadoff base runner on here in the top of the second in Grant Mailloux, who represents the tying run. And that's the first walk on the day given up by Lumanian.
Yeah, Mailloux had a generous call. It seemed like on the 2-2 pitch he might have came around, but ultimately held back and then laid off the 6th pitch. Now he gets walked over to first and leads the team in stolen bases. So automatically a threat to tie this game up.
Cody Santana from Hawaii Pacific digs in. He had quite a day yesterday. Manion checks the runner on first. Pearson fires the first pitch, waved at a miss for strike number 1. Santana came in as a pinch hitter and ended up going 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. He walked in a run in the 8th and had a RBI double in the 7th, and that was about a foot under the yellow line out there in right center. That could have been a home run if there was a little bit more wind, maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour. But he'll take that double. Lumanian checks Mailloux over at first. Takes a breath and deals. Mailloux goes, and that pitch is popped foul for strike number 2. Just a reminder of our broadcasting logistics today, as Jonah and I have been calling the games night in and night out. We hope you enjoy it. We are going to have a little bit of a different setup in the 5th and the 6th. So I'm not doing the 3rd inning. Jonah will be doing the 3rd and 4th innings. Then we'll have our statistician, Keith Schneider, come up for some airtime and relieve either Jonah or myself of duties in the 5th and the 6th. Robin Bedell might join us as well. We're not sure, though he was slotted to do play-by-play for those 2 innings as well. 0-2. Hit back up into the glove of Lemanian. He'll fire it over to Sajka and the relay over to Steering at first for the 1-6-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 away.
Nice play from Lemanian. Didn't have much time to react. The ball, Santana grounded it right to him, able to quickly turn around, make the first out, and the play to second, and then the relay to first for a nice double play.
Chase Cockrell digs in now from Ole Miss. Had a nice day yesterday as the first pitch he sees is low for ball 1. Cockrell batted cleanup yesterday. Had 2 strikeouts, but other than that, went 3 for 4. Sacrifice, 3 RBIs on the day, 2 singles and 2 runs scored. The 1-0, skied in the left center field. That's going back to the wall, and it is caught. Barely a basket catch by Thompson out there just in front of the 375 mark, and that'll get us out of the 2nd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 2 full here from Sparky Anderson Field. Surf lead at 1-0.
Number 36, Austin Sojka.
Austin Sojka will lead things off here in the top of the 3rd inning. My name is Jonathan Rifkin with the Surf leading 1-0. And for play-by-play, my broadcasting partner, Jonah Malkin.
Thank you, Jonathan. Welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in now, Oaks down 1-0 to the Surf. Maw's first pitch runs up and in for ball 1. Austin Sojka, Cumberland University products, 1 for 1 on the day. Quickly pops one into right center. And Oliver will make the catch for out number 1. The Surf plated 1 run in the 1st inning. They led off with consecutive hits, a walk drawn by Wyatt Hoppy, and then a sacrifice flyout from Phil Steering into center. On 3 hits and no errors. And with that, that'll bring up Wyatt Hoppy back up to the plate. First pitch from Maw drops over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Maw, as Johnny mentioned, making his 3rd start of the season, has come in a couple times as a relieving, or in the relieving role. Second pitch dealt upstairs for 1-1. Slow 69-mile-an-hour curveball. 1-1, cut on and missed for strike 2. Beautiful pitch from Maw brings him up in the count, 1-2. And Hoppy, one of the top batters for the Surf, batting .391 on the season, and leads the team in games played. As he lays off the low pitch for ball 2. His 36 hits and 24 RBIs on the season, which leads his team. 2-2 from Ma, runs outside to bring the count full at 3-2. Second full count situation for the Serfs. In the top of the third. Payoff pitch from Ma is swung on and missed. First strike 3, down goes Hoppy, and that gives Ma his first strikeout on the day.
That was a nice pitch right there after Hoppy laid off the last one. That was just missed. He went to a fastball, but that release point was just a little bit higher as he brought it down, and Hoppy swung right through it for out number 1.
Now Phil Steering will step in, quickly swings on the first pitch, pops that into left field, and that is going to sail over the wall for a solo home run. Phil Steering able to keep that ball in play, and the Surf lead it 2-0 in the top of the third.
Up and in fastball. Steering stawed all the way and said, why not rip this one out of the beautiful ballpark of Sparky Anderson Field. A beautiful shot just squeaking out over that 325 mark, and a little bit of cushioning now for the Surf early.
So Steering giving the Oaks once again a little bit of their own medicine when he played against them with the Orange County Riptide, their A team. Giving them fits again as the first pitch drifts outside for ball 1. Brett Thompson stepping in the 5th spot in today's game. The left fielder swings and taps it back against the screen for 1-1. Plays at Hope International University. The lefty digs in. Ma fires the 1-1. And that's hit into right field. Beam's going to try to track it down, and he can't get there. It's going to bounce against the wall, and Thompson's on with a stand-up double. So a home run from Steering, followed by a solo double from Thompson, brings another runner in scoring position for the Surf.
Nice way to see the field there, Thompson. Just popping it over Beam's head out there and right, and there's a lot of space out there for that ball to travel. Utilized the entire right field and got in scoring position because of it.
So 2 away in the top of the third. Kalani Madden lays off the low pitch for ball 1. Was a 1-0 game in the start of the inning. Now it's 2-0. With Thompson over at second. And Madden up in the count 1-0. Pops that back right over our heads. And he'll hit the roof of our stadium for 1-1. Madden grounded one to Cockrell at third for the second baseman. One-0 pitch from Ma, runs up and in for 2-1. He's been struggling with his batting. Batting just 167 on the season. 2-1 from Ma, catches the inside corner to bring the count even at 2-2. Generous call from the home umpire, but it squeaks its way in. 2-2 from Ma, just misses low and in to bring the count full at 3-2. Madden wisely laid off that pitch. He's brought the count full. Payoff pitch from Ma is hit at Mayu at short, and he'll make the throw to Santana over at first for out number 3. But the Surf played a run on that home run from Phil Steering on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on base. They lead it 2-0 heading into the bottom of the third. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll take a short break.
Jacob Rucker's pitching. So like some person, like look, some person on YouTube said it's Luman Land, but that's 100% different of what it is on the roster.
So look, Lumen Land.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
it's a roster typo, man. Like we can't. There's nothing we can do about that.
Okay.
Alonzo Garcia is gonna start warming up.
Left fielder number 36.
Bottom of the third we go. Oaks trailing the Orange County Surf 2-0 in the bottom of the third. And leading off is Jordan McFarland in the 7th spot. Jacob Castro on deck and Milo Beam in the hole. But a new pitcher on the mound for the Surf in place of Chris Lumenland, who went 2 innings. Just didn't give up any hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. The lefty deals the first pitch, up and away for ball 1. Jacob Rucker, the new pitcher from Las Vegas, Nevada, plays his college ball at Hope International University. 1-0, drifts outside for 2-0. It's based in Redwood City in California. Smaller school, but still good baseball. McFarland grounds 1 to second. And Madden will make the play to steering over to first for out number 1. So 1 away for the Oaks in the bottom of the third. Have yet to hit a hit in this game. And Jacob Castro, the catcher from UC Irvine, looking to change that. Got the day off yesterday. One of 3 catchers, along with Zane Willems and Juan Gonzalez. First pitch to him runs low in the ground for ball 1. Castro has been pretty consistent in both the months of June and July. He's batted .250. So hasn't necessarily improved, but hasn't decreased either. 1-0 is ripped to first. Steering will glove it and tag the base for out number 2. So a quick ground out to second and an unassisted ground out to first puts 2 away for the Oaks in the bottom of the third. And at the bottom of the order is Milo Beam, the Purdue Boilermaker, stepping in. He crushed a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 5th that really capped off that win for the Oaks. Gave them that 11-1 lead that they never looked back on. Looking to emulate that success in this game. First pitch, clips him in upper shoulder, wearing his blue Road Runner helmet. How it works. Oh, by the way, I think you might have maybe calculated wrong. They're 15, 17, and 1.
I'm looking. Look, it says right here.
Overall, you count. Because I counted all this. You counted everything.
But oh, what? So their standings is wrong then? Because I was looking at this.
Standings.
Here it says 10, 7, and 1.
That's probably in
no, because it's 3, 3, and 1.
Oh no, because 3, 3, 1's their division.
Oh,
10, 7, 1. Yeah, that's why. I mean. Yeah,
that's so stupid.
Yeah, because I didn't say anything because I didn't.
Okay, whatever.
It's fine.
Now batting, number 16, Dick Bates.
Top of the fourth we go. The Surf lead it 2-0. And Nick Bates to lead off. Here in the top of the fourth, Eric Mostel on the mound deals the first pitch up and away for ball one. Bates from Concordia University in Irvine, also home to the Orange County Riptides. The Orange County Riptide. Swings on the 1-0, and that's going to just drop in foul territory to bring the count even at 1-1. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to left. Keeping McFarland alert, who already has one incredible diving catch, highlight reel. Swings the 1-1, and he's going to drop that into shallow left for a leadoff base hit. Bates is on over at first, and the Surf looking to build on their lead in the top of the fourth.
Nice hit there from Bates after going opposite field and just missing on the right field foul line. But to take one the opposite way then and pull it into left field, and it gets down for a leadoff single.
The Surf on the season, they're 15-17-1 overall. As Zuniga taps his bunt back out of play for 0-1. However, they're in the Sunset League in the South Division, or in the Sunset League, I should say, they're 10-7-1, but in the South Division, they're 3-3-1 behind the Solana Beach Cardinals. 0-1 is fouled out of play for 0-2. Ma, in a little over 3 innings, has given up now 6 hits on 2 runs, all of which were earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. He deals the 0-2, clipped back and out of play to stay alive. And as Johnny mentioned earlier, there used to be an old Sunset League, which was a West Coast minor league in the late 40s, 50s, and 60s. It was one of the more exciting leagues on the West Coast, known for its dynamic offenses. As Zuniga grounds it out of play once again. A lot of high-scoring games, and most of the teams were actually based in Reno, Nevada to El Centro, California, because it used to be a professional baseball team league. Then in 2016, they opted to pivot and become a collegiate team. 0-2 upstairs. The throw to Weinstein gets past his head, and Bates is going to hold up at second, and he's actually going to get, oh, he's still safe. So the throw from Oliver to Weinstein doesn't get there in time. Bates has a stolen base and then able to recover back to second safely.
Interesting call. Looking at the replay, Jonah, as they don't have that benefit on the field. He was definitely tagged out, but an interleague game, and nonetheless, actually a decent stolen base. He would have been safe regardless if the throw was on target, just because of how good the jump was. Well done by Bates.
Not to mention the throw got past the glove of Weinstein as the 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Zuniga, and Ma has his second strikeout on the day. Beautiful strike, low on the outside corner. A Whitman College product starting to find a groove on the mound in the top of the fourth. So 1 away for the Surf. They lead it 2-0. No errors for either side. And Nick Bates over at second with a stolen base. And Miguel Abascal will step in. First pitch taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Bascal, the right fielder out of the University of San Diego. 1 for 1 on the day. Looking for an RBI. Ma checks the runner at second. Deals the 1-2 on the outside corner for strike 2.
That was a nice curveball on the 0-1. Painting that outside corner. And the best breaking pitch I think I've seen today from Ma. Great late action. Good forward movement and a nice overall release.
Ma's 0-2 is fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. The mean of his fastball, somewhere between 82 and 85 to 86. Also likes to use the changeup, the slider, and occasionally the splitter, although he really hasn't used it often this season. But he's up in the count 0-2 and looking for his third strikeout on the day. Check the runner at second. Fires the 0-2 upstairs for ball one. The Surf have 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. The Oaks, no runs, no hits, and no errors for themselves. And warming up in the bullpens, Alonzo Garcia. The 0-2 from Ma is swung on and missed. First strike 3, down goes Abascal. Second strikeout, or consecutive strikeout for Ma, and he has 3 on the day.
Now batting, number 25, Luke Hasung.
And back to the top of the order we go. Luke Hasung will step in 1 for 2. Came around and scored the first run for the Surf in this game. First pitch to him, he pops it into right field, and that's gonna hit the wall. So Bates is gonna come home, and Hasung delivers an RBI double. The Surf lead at 3-0. And similarly to the way that Cody Santana launched a ball into right field yesterday when it hit the wall just a foot below getting over it, Hasung hits a similarly distanced ball. And now he's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Sojka takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 as well, with a single and a fly out to center. Ma deals the 0-1. That's going to be gloved from Cockrell. He'll make the throw to Santana for out number 3. But the Surf plate another run on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 1 on base. They lead at 3-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th. Oaks looking to get back in this game when we come back. Max Weinstein to lead off for the Oaks in the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks trail the Orange County Surf 3-0. But looking to change that in the bottom of the 4th. The Cal Lutheran product stepping in. First pitch is ripped into right field, and it's just going to drift out of play for 0-1. Weinstein's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And he played briefly in yesterday's game, but was quickly taken out after the top of the 1st in place of Sam Shaken, who ended up having a pretty successful day of his own. So he's looking to bounce back in today's contest. Zucker deals the 0-1, low and in the ground for 1-1. Rucker takes the sign from Zuniga, comes set, fires the 1-1. Weinstein pops it into right field. Abascal will take one step back and make the catch for out number 1. The Oaks in a 3-game homestand, or in game 2 of the 3-game homestand. They started off completing their home and home against the Long Beach Legends yesterday when they won 18-1. Playing the Surf today. They'll play Team Victory tomorrow at 4:30 and round out the week against the Ventura Halos on the road. Lewis slaps one deep into left center, and that's gonna hit the wall. Lewis is on with a stand-up double, and the Oaks finally have a runner in scoring position.
Nice job by Brandon Lewis. Able to finally get the Oaks on the board with their first hit of the game. And about 2 more feet, and that would have been over the wall. The only Oaks player to actually hit a home run out to straightaway center field in this season. It is pretty far out to 400.
And now Grant Mayu will step in, who drew a walk in his first time up. And looking for an RBI in the first, or trying to plate the first run for the Oaks. First pitch dealt up for ball 1. San Diego State Aztec went 2 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout, 3 runs scored, and also a walk. Lewis over at second. Rucker will adjust himself on the mound. Up in the count 1-0. And they lead it 3-0. 1-0 is cut on and missed for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Oaks finally got their first run on that double from Brandon Lewis. But still no runs and no errors from either team. Rucker fires the 2-2 outside past the glove of Zuniga, and Lewis holds up at second for 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Rucker checks Lewis at second. Comes set and fires. And Mayu hits that out of play near the parking lot for 2-2. Cody Santana on deck. And Chase Cockrell in the hole if we get that far. Mayu in a 2-2 count. Pitch is dealt up to bring the count full of 3-2. The third full count situation now for the Oaks. They've been showing much better patience in the mound. Drew 7 full count situations yesterday and 10 the day before that. Payoff pitch to Mayu's upstairs, and Mayu's on over at first with his second walk of the day, and the first issued from Rucker.
That's a big walk there for the Oaks, down 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Only 1 hit on the board. Doesn't seem like they're trying to generate a lot of offense, but if they're going to, that must be the way to do it with the walks, because they're not really seeing the field very well in today's game.
And now Cody Santana, the Hawaii Pacific Shark, who nearly had a home run in yesterday's game, looking to redeem himself here in his second time at bat. First pitch to him just misses the outside corner for ball 1. He grounded one to Lumenland in the second inning that ended up leading to a double play. Looking for his first hit. 1-0 is swung on and missed for 1-1.
Yeah, that high fastball, especially to a power hitting lefty, is a meatball if they place it in the wrong spot, but right there, Rucker places it high enough where Santana couldn't get to it. Santana thought it would be lower and swung right under it for strike number 1.
Mayu over at first, Lewis at second. 1-1 curveball, fouled out of play for 1-2. A nice curveball on the inside from Rucker forced Santana into a jam. That's why he swung on it late, but was able to keep it out of play. Rucker will check Lewis at second. Comes set, deals the 1-2 fastball. That's tapped back and Santana will stay alive. One, two, the count, one away in the bottom of the fourth. Oaks trailing the serve 3-0. Still just one hit. And no errors from either side. 1-2 to Santana. He'll pop that sky high into right field. Abascal will make the catch and hold up the runners to put two away for the Oaks here in the bottom of the fourth.
Santana got a lot under that one, but not enough force to push it anywhere. Sometimes you need a good slapper like that. Just get it up high, and you know you have the power. All you have to do is adjust a little bit on your next at-bat, get the barrel on the bat a little bit more square, and get that ball out of there.
Chase Cockrell coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. Looking for his first hit of the day as well, with two away and runners at first and second. First pitch to him is slapped into center, and it's going to drop. Lewis is going to round third. The throw to the plate's not going to get there in time. And the Oaks trim the deficit to 2, and they are just down 3-1 now.
Nice job there from Cockrell. Able to get the Oaks' second hit in the first RBI on a shallow center field single, and maybe spark this offense a little bit.
Cockrell delivers an RBI single, advancing Mayu over to second, bringing Lewis home, and the Oaks now down 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth with Jordan McFarland stepping in. Had a resurgence of a game yesterday as the first pitch to him is swung on and tapped back for 0-1. Was 2 for 4. Did strike out once, but had 3 RBIs and a walk for the Arkansas Razorback. Looking to replicate his success, especially his confidence psychologically. 0-1, up and away for 1-1. Cockrell over at first, Mayu at second, 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. The Arkansas Razorback will dig in. First pitch is popped into right center, and that's going to drop. Mayu's going to come around third. The throw's not going to get there in time. Cockrell's going to advance to third, and McFarland delivers with an RBI single, and the Oaks now just trail it 3-2. Mayu puts on the Jets, sprinting from second and rounding third to come home. And Cockrell saw some hesitation from the infield and advanced over to second. So runners on the corners with Jacob Castro to step in, and the Surf will have a meeting on the mound, try and talk things over. And Johnny, talk about this game from McFarland. He's really bounced back nicely these past 2 games.
Yeah, he is 1 for 2 today, but talking about yesterday, 3 RBIs, a walk, 2 doubles, a run score, only 1 strikeout, and he's seeing the field a lot better. He's more confident in the batter's box. He was really struggling coming up into yesterday's game. As Arkansas, he didn't play poorly. He batted .271 in 28 games, so maybe there's a little bit of a summer slump, but he looks like he's working his way back out of it, and it's in his favor.
Jordan Castro, the lefty, will dig in. McFarland's going to run. First pitch is up for a ball. McFarland's going to successfully steal. The throw to the plate is not in time. Cockrell comes home to score, and the Oaks are tied with the Surf 3-3 in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, if you're going to execute a double steal, that's the best way to do it. Get the catcher to make the mistake of throwing it over to second. And you got a free base with a man from third home, and that ties up the game here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
So after a sluggish start for the Oaks, they've plated 3 runs to tie this game in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 is fouled into the Surf's dugout to bring the count even at 1-1. So McFarland over to second on the stolen base. Cockrell came home on the stolen base. And Jacob Castro, who's 0 for 1, looking for his first hit. Rucker checks McFarland at second, deals the 1-1, low and outside for 2-1. Rutgers started the third nicely, hadn't given up a hit, but in this innings given up 3 hits that have all resulted in 3 runs. 2-1 to Castro is ripped into center field, and Hassan will make the catch for out number 3. But the Oaks plate 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. They have tied it here as we'll head into the top of the 5th. And when we come back, we'll have a new common color guy, our statistician, Keith Schneider. Wyatt Hoppy to lead off for the Surf here in the top of the 5th. Welcome back, everybody. Alongside me is lovely to have him, a good friend of mine and the statistician for the Oaks, Keith Schneider. Keith, welcome on board.
Thank you, Jonah. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited for this, and it's going to be a good next couple innings. I can hope that the Oaks is going to do just as well as I feel right now.
I really hope they do, especially with you on. First pitch is hit up the middle from Hoppy for a leadoff base hit. I'll send him over to first. And the Surf quickly have a runner on in the top of the 5th. And the new pitcher on the mound for the Oaks is Alonzo Garcia, taking the spot of Eric Ma, who started, went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Garcia making his 7th appearance for the Oaks today. First pitch, runs low and outside for ball 1. Plays at UC Irvine along with fellow catcher Jacob Castro. So you can bet that they have a nice connection between the two of them. 1-0 is ripped out of play for 1-1.
Yeah, you can bet that besides just the connection and trying to work on him maybe a little bit, so for the next fall, they'll both have a little edge going into the season.
Expect the chemistry to be there. Maybe they're throwing some different looks, some different signs. 1-1 above the strike zone for 2-1. Two-one curveball just misses the top of the strike zone to bring the count even at 2-2. Phil Steering back up to the plate for the Surf, coming off a solo home run in the top of the third that gave the Surf a 2-0 lead. Also had a sacrificed RBI flyout as the 3-1 catches the inside corner to bring the count full at 3-2. Fourth full count situation now for the Surf. They've exemplified nice patience in the batter's box. And Hoppy's over at first for the go-ahead run. Payoff pitch, fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. Steering playing his college ball at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. And as Jonathan mentioned earlier, was initially with the Orange County Riptide, their A team, and now getting a chance to face the Oaks for a second time. Payoff pitch, curves outside for ball 4. They'll walk Steering to first, advancing Hoppy to second, and Garcia has his first walk on the day.
Now batting, number 33,
Brett Thompson will step in the 5th spot in today's game for the Surf. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a fly out to center. Looking to give the Surf the lead. They jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 4th. Oaks responded with 3 of their own to tie it. But now in the top of the 5th, they have runners at first and second with nobody away. So a golden opportunity to retake the lead. Garcia fires the 0-0 up for ball 1.
Like you said, Jenna, golden opportunity. First and second, nobody out. In a lot of situations, you'd see a possible sacrifice bunt to get the runners second and third, but I think the Surf want more than just 1 run this inning.
Garcia comes set on the mound, checks the runner at second, fires the 1-0 in the ground for 2-0. Nice job from Castro to get his body in front of it to prevent the runners from advancing. Castro, as we've mentioned, one of 3 catchers for the Oaks, along with Zane Willems and Juan Gonzalez, who recently played in the CCL All-Star game a couple games ago. But Castro, a crucial piece to this team as well, as the 2-1 catches the outside corner for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Surf 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Oaks 3 runs on just 3 hits and 0 errors. Garcia appears and fires the 2-1, ripped into shallow left. That's going to drop and bring the bases loaded for the Surf in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, luckily just a single as McFarland could keep that ball in front of him, but still, now the bases are loaded with nobody out here at the top of the 5th, and does not look good right now, but that chemistry going to play a big factor here in the next couple batters, Jenna.
And coming up to bat is Kalani Madden, second baseman out of Cornell University. He's 0 for 2, but if he could convert on a run on a hit, that would be crucial as the first pitch. Runs low and in for ball 1. Kamani playing his 15th game for the Surf. Looking to have an impact. 1-0 from Garcia, runs low and away for ball 2. Hoppy led off with a leadoff single. Steering drew a walk after him. And then Thompson advanced them to second and third on a base hit into shallow left to bring the bases loaded with still nobody away. Garcia fires the 2-0 up and in for 3-0. A dangerous spot for the Oaks in the top of the 5th. They worked their way back in the 4th to tie it, but now in danger of losing the lead. But a nice pitch from Garcia, catches the inside corner for 3-1.
Right you are, Jenna.
Bases loaded, top of the 5th. Garcia fires the 3-2, catches the outside corner to bring the count full in 3-2. That's a generous call from the home umpire. It seemed like that might have drifted out of play, but instead clips the top part of the outside corner. And Garcia trying to work his way back in the count. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Garcia worked his way back in the count, was down 3-0, delivered 3 consecutive strikes, and he's got his first strikeout on the day.
Yeah, like you said, big strikeout with the bases loaded. Got generous 3-1 call and did not make a mistake on that next 3-2 pitch to get the strikeout.
Bases are still loaded now with 1 out in the top of the 5th, and Nick Bates to step in. First pitch to him is popped out of play for strike 1. Bates is 1 for 2 on the day with a fly out to left, a single, and a stolen base, although he has struggled this season for the Surf, just batting 127 in 63 at-bats. 0-1 is grounded to Mayu at short. He'll glove it, make the play to third, but can't prevent the runner from scoring. So a nice RBI from Bates sends Hoppy home from third, and the Surf retake the lead 4-3.
While the Surf do retake the lead, though, a big crucial out that Mayu got, the runner on third. So now just first and second with 2 outs, rather than, you know, another potential bases loaded with 1 out.
Surf lead at 4-3 on the RBI fielder's choice from Bates, so he's over at first. Brett Thompson at second, and Juan Zuniga steps in, lays off the inside pitch for strike 1. Zuniga 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. Looking for his first hit on the day, but the Oaks trying to get out of this inning, just giving up 1 run with 2 away in the top of the 5th. 0-1 is fouled out of play for 0-2.
Garcia is doing an excellent job to try to minimize the damage here in the top of the 5th. There was bases loaded with nobody out, and now he's just 1 strike away from only allowing 1 run this inning.
He's quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking for his second strikeout. That pitch is fouled out of play, and we'll do it again. Thompson over at second, Bates over at first. And the UC Irvine Anteater looking to get out of this inning and give the keys to his offense once again. 0-2 from Garcia. Hit up the middle to Mayu. He'll tag second, and that'll do it for the top of the 5th. But the Surf plate 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. They lead at 4-3 heading into the bottom of the 5th. Oaks looking to tie this game up or retake the lead when we come back. Bottom of the fifth. We go. Milo Beam to lead off for the Oaks. Welcome back, everybody. New pitcher on the mound. New pitcher on the mound's Jordan Urastorza. Deals the second pitch for ball 2. From Santa Monica, California, plays his college ball at San Francisco State. Deals the 2-0, cut on and missed for 2-1. Santa Monica, California, plays his college ball at San Francisco. Comes set on the mound. Deals the 2-1 curveball that drops on the inside corner for a beautiful strike 2.
You said it indeed. It was a great pitch. Milo was not expecting it. Dropped it in there.
Beam got hit by a pitch his first time up, but looking for his first hit. 2-2 to him. Just misses the outside corner to bring the count full at 3-2. Fourth full count situation pending for the Oaks. Beam, after that hit by the pitch, advanced to second on a successfully stolen base. Payoff pitch to him is grounded into right field for a leadoff base hit, and Beam is on over at first.
Great job by Milo on the full count, seeing a new pitcher for the first time out of the pen, working the count, and not only just working the count, but getting a base hit to start off the inning. You know, the Oaks are down 4-3, and a leadoff base hit's all what you need to start a rally.
The Oaks tied the game up in the bottom of the fourth, playing 3 runs, and the Surf retook it to start the top of the fifth with a run of their own. The Oaks looking to do the same in the bottom of the fifth with Beam over at first and Jason Oliver to step in. First pitch to him, he lays the bunt down nicely. The throw to first is not going to get there in time. So a successful bunt from Oliver sends him to first and advances Beam to second.
Yeah, Oliver trying to get the sacrifice bunt down, and he did it successfully. But not only did he do it successfully, he was quick enough, to get the first base for the single as well.
And that's Oliver's first successfully laid bunt on the season. His counterpart, Milo Beam, has 4 on the season. And Max Weinstein will step in. Urastorza checks the runner at second, deals the first pitch low on the ground for ball 1. Gone off to a little bit of a shaky start, gave up 2 consecutive hits. And the Cal Lutheran superstar to step in, playing in his home turf here at Sparky Anderson Field in Thousand Oaks, California. 1-0 is dealt, up and in for ball 2.
You're right. Superstar he is. He does not. He looks for only the pitches he can drive. So those pitches in the dirt, high and inside, he will not even look at, not swing at.
Urastorza checks the runner at second, deals the 2-0, ripped up the middle for a base hit. Beam's going to come around third, and Hasung's not even going to test him. So the Oaks tie the game up at 4 apiece on the RBI single from Max Weinstein.
Like I mentioned one pitch ago, Max really he really knows the strike zone very well. He looks for those fastballs he can drive, and he drove that fastball right back up the middle for the RBI single.
And Weinstein didn't play yesterday, as we mentioned, or he played just the top of the first inning and then got substituted out for Sam Shakin. And Coach Solis is going to walk over to Weinstein. He might end up coming out of the game again, or it seems like no, he's just going to have a conversation with Jason Oliver. And Brandon Lewis will step in for the Oaks with runners on first and second, nobody away, in a 4-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. Yara Storza comes set on the mound, working out of the stretch, checks the runner at second, deals the first pitch. Lewis bunts that once again. The throw over to first will get there in time. Oliver is going to try to come home, now in a pickle with the catcher, trying to get out of it, and he will get tagged out for 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Weinstein will advance over to third. Lewis was thrown out at first, and then Oliver was tagged out on the 2-5 pickle.
Yeah, Oliver was just a little overzealous there, trying to score on the sacrifice bunt instead of just getting second and third with 1 out. And now there's only a runner on third with 2 outs and Grant Mayu up.
So 2 away, Weinstein at third. Grant Mayu will step in. First pitch to him, runs outside for ball 1. Mayu's had extremely efficient day, 0 for 0, but's drawn 2 walks and has come around to score 1 time in the 4th inning. 1-0, Mayu pops that back just above our heads, and it's going to hit the top part of the stadium for 1-1. Second time a ball is popped square behind us. But fortunately, we have some sturdy roof.
I think the word you're looking for, Jonah, is a roof.
Just kind of slipped for a second. 1-1. Mayu holds back his swing for 2-1. So 2 away. Weinstein got over to third on a jumbled up play that saw Lewis go home on what was he was trying to do a sacrifice bunt. 2-1, runs low and away for ball 3. And then Oliver he did advance over to third and tried to come home, but he hesitated and got tagged out in a 2-5 pickle.
Yeah, Jonah, you're correct. Brandon Lewis laid down a very nice sacrifice bunt, but Jason Oliver tried to go up 1 extra base.
Yara Storza comes set, deals the 3-1 outside, and Mayu is on over at first with his 3rd walk on the day, and that's the first walk issued from Yara Storza. So talk about staying patient in the batter's box. Mayu's been displaying that to absolute perfection with Cody Santana stepping in. Runners on the corners, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. 4-4 ball game. First pitch, Santana rips into shallow right. That's going to bring Max Weinstein home. Mayu will advance to third, and the Oaks lead at 5-4 in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, beautiful execution by Cody Santana, getting a pitch you could hit right off the back and just smoking it into right field. On the play, Grant had a heads-up base running, and noticed he could get the third on the play as well. And so now there are runners on first and third again instead of first and second. Always hungry, these Oaks.
Still 2 outs, and something about these 2-out situations just brings out the best in them, at least offensively. With Chase Cockrell coming back up to the plate. First pitch is ripped into shallow left for another RBI single. Mayu will come home, and the Oaks extending their lead to 2 as they lead at 6-4.
Chase Cockrell has really been seeing the ball well today. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and he had a stolen base back in the 4th. He's really having a good game today to hopefully get out of the little slump he's been in.
Yara Storza now finds himself down 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th when he took over They were leading 4-3, and Jordan McFarland, the Arkansas Razorback, looking for his second RBI in the day, fouls that one out of play for strike one. He's coming off an RBI single in the fourth. That sent Grant Mayu home in the fourth. He's had a resurgence as well. Bounce back performance. 3 RBIs yesterday, already an RBI today. 0-1, dealt on the outside corner for strike two.
You know what, Jonah? Don't knock Santana's speed at second. He may not be the fastest runner, but a base hit in the gap somewhere could score him and give the Oaks a 7-5 lead. 7-4 lead, excuse me.
Santana collected his first stolen base of the season back in June, as the 0-2 runs low and outside for ball one, and everyone was cheering for that because that was the first stolen base he's had as an Oak in 2 seasons with them.
Yeah, it was a great thing to do it. He got it against the Foresters, the Oaks' rivals, so even better.
If you're going to have a stolen base, might as well be against your rival, as Yara Storza checks Santana at second. Comes set, deals the 1-2, low and outside to bring the count even at 2-2.
Yeah, Santana reminds me a little bit like Albert Pujols running the bases. He may not be the fastest guy there, but he's very smart. He knows exactly when to go and when to make it so he can get the extra base.
I'm sure he'll take that compliment, as Pujols is an incredible offensive player for the Angels. 2-2 pitch, catches the outside corner for strike three. Down goes McFarland looking. First strikeout on the day for Yara Storza, but the Oaks retake the lead, plating 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. They lead it 6-4 heading into the top of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back.
I just compared Santana to Riley Jones. I had a brain fart, but it's okay.
All right, can we get a hot laptop charger? Yeah. Can you bring it down to Matt? That's why they changed back to short. They changed back to a regular the regular walk-on music. Johnny, there's a real thing. So it used to be all pop. Welcome back to Sparky Anderson Field. You're listening to the voice of Jonathan Rifkin taking over play-by-play for Jonah Malkin. He's getting a much-deserved inning off. Keith Schneider on the call with you. Oaks up 6-4, top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on the mound, Riley Jones from Sonoma State. The first pitch into a basket. He swung and a missed for strike one. 1 for 2 on the day as a basket with a single and a strikeout. I'll give you the lay of the land here for the Oaks. After this pitch, Jones comes in relieving Garcia. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Oaks up 6-4, 0-1. Bunt shown, pulled back but called strike at the knees, 0-2. Oaks lay of the land, Beeman right, Oliver in center, McFarland in left, Santana at first, Weinstein at second, Mayu at short, Cockrell at third behind the dish, Jacob Castro, and on the mound, Riley Jones, the third Oaks pitcher of the day, a two-way player, plays second base as well as pitcher. 0-2, runs outside for ball number 1. He's also the brother of Oaks first base coach Kyle Jones, who is the all-time hits leader at Sonoma State, amongst other accolades. Has the all-time triples record in a season in the CCL. 1-2 from Jones, cut on and missed for strike 3. And Nabasco kicks things off in the top of the 6th inning with a strikeout.
Yeah, beautiful slider by Jones to fool the batter, the right fielder, after seeing 3 straight fastballs.
Lucas Sung digs in, now 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI double back in the 4th, a flyout in the 2nd, and a single that resulted in a run in the 7th. The first pitch he sees. Skied into right field in foul territory. Beam makes a play on it. No, as he takes a bad spill into the bullpen out and right. And he is down. It's hard to judge the ground out there because the grass turns into the hill. And when you don't judge the hill, it's a change of surface and it becomes uneven. So I don't think he realized that he was all of a sudden running uphill and on turf as opposed to grass. He tried making a play on the ball. He is covered in head to toe in turf. I think he's okay, as that ball did go out of play, but he'll definitely need a nice shower after the game. Head coach David Solis and trainer Yosh out there to make sure that he's okay. First baseman Cody Santana as well as second baseman Max Weinstein also ran out there. The Surf struck first in today's game back in the first inning with a run. The Oaks couldn't respond in the first 3 innings after the Surf plated another run in the 3rd and the 4th. The Oaks got 3 in the 4th. After the Surf got 1 in the 5th, the Oaks responded with 3 in the 5th, and that's why they're up 6-4. One and only game these two teams will be playing against each other, as there is still some conversation going out there in right.
Yeah, Jonathan, like you mentioned, 6-4, this ball game right now in the top of the 6th. But this could be a lot worse for the Oaks. In the top of the 5th, there was bases loaded with nobody out, and Alonzo Garcia held them to just 1 run. The UC Irvine product did a very good job of minimizing damage, and that's why we're here at 6-4 with the Oaks being able to lead this ball game.
Garcia got a missed call on an inside pitch, but responded on an outside fastball back when Kalani Matten was up. And there was also I was down in the press box, and I had a better view when it looked like a bunt that was called out for the Oaks. Brandon Lewis, they called him out, but he looked safe to us. Regardless, Milo Beam is okay. Solis and Yosh running back to the Oaks dugout. Beam covered from head to toe in that brown mud, or I guess that brown dirt. If it rained, it would be mud, but regardless, he's okay. He's a tough guy, and Miss Nellie Beam, we know you're listening. No need to worry. Your son is okay and having a very efficient day for the Oaks. 1 for 1 on the day with a single, a run scored, and he was hit by a pitch. And we know you raise him tough out there, so the Purdue Boilermaker all good out and right. We're back to baseball. Top of the order we go. 1 away here, 6-4 our score. And Lucas Sung digging in, 2 for 3 on the day. Run, an RBI double, and a flyout under his belt. Riley Jones Pearson fires the 0-1. A 2-hopper to third. Cockrell gets it on the run, gloves it, and fires it over Santana's head. He has to make the jump, catch it, but that will be an error on the third baseman. E5 for those keeping score at home puts a runner on first. The first error on the day for the Oaks. They had won yesterday, but overall in the last couple of games, they've done a good job limiting errors, and that's why they've been so successful. Austin Sojko will step in. 1 for 3 on the day. Fly out, a grounded, and a single. Runner on first. 1 away in a double play situation. Two of the best in the business, Max Weinstein and Grant Mayu, in double play formation there in the middle infield. Sojko digs in, pickoff attempt, but sliding back safely is Husung. He does possess a little bit of speed, and for those who remember, he started for the Orange County Riptide back when the Oaks won 12-9 about 3 weeks ago. 0-0. Cracked into shallow right field, and that's going to get down for a single. So after a strikeout, Jones gives up a single. That was a result of the error at third base by Cockrell. So Hasung at second, Soshka at first, and only one away. The first hit of the inning for the Riptide. They have 11 total, or excuse me, for the Surf. They have 11 total on the game. 4 runs to go along with that, and an error. 6 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Oaks. First pitch to Hoppy. Taken for strike number 1 on the day for Wyatt Hoppy. 1 for 2, with a walk, a strikeout, and a single. He came to score thereafter. From Hawaii Pacific, plays with Oaks first baseman Cody Santana. 0-1. Taken at the knees for strike number 2. And the head coach for the A team of the Surf, the Orange County Riptide, is Tiger Peterson, Jock Peterson's older brother, but also an assistant coach at Hawaii Pacific. So both Hoppy and Santana get to know this organization pretty well. Jones deals the 0-2 in the dirt. It gets away from Castro. And Hasung will go to third as the ball is thrown over the head of Cockrell. That would be an error on Castro. Hasung will come in to score, advancing to second is Soshka. That is an unearned run, but that cuts the lead to 1 now with only 1 away and the tying run at second base.
Yeah, just go back, Jonathan. Hasung, actually, they ruled it a base hit, but it is still an unearned run because he did score on that error by Jacob Castro, the catcher.
Yeah, that was a late change on the Oaks scoreboard. Glad we got official word on that. Regardless, an unearned run here for Jones, but the lead cut to 1. First pitch to Hoppy, swung and a missed. For strike 3, excuse me, I guess they didn't actually put the balls and strike up on the scoreboard, and the error kind of threw me off. Regardless, that's a strikeout for Jones, the second on the game. That'll bring a field steering with a runner on second and 2 away. On the day for steering, 1 for 1 with a sacrifice, RBI, a home run, and a walk. It's thrown out at third, back in the 5th on the fielder's choice. Digs in, Jones deals the first pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1. Jones, a side armor, mean fastball, ranges between about 78 and 81 miles an hour. Not one of the faster Oaks pitchers, but he pitches for contact, he pitches for placement, and when he pitches, or when he's on, he pitches pretty well. Came in as a pinch hitter late yesterday. Checks the one at second and deals the 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams with an error. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Oaks. 5 runs, 11 hits for the Surf. The Oaks have just been capitalizing on the runners they're getting on base for the Surf. A total of 7 runners left on base. Actually 8 thus far in the game. Jones comes set. Pearson fires the 1-1. Slap towards third, but out of play, and we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a beautiful slider there by Riley Jones. Throw the hitter off balance and get the count back in his favor. 1-2 now, and he has a lot more options to do right now with the 1-2 count. He can throw it in the dirt, waste the pitch if he wants to, but there's just a lot more options with the 1-2 count versus the 2-1 count.
Jones taking his time, takes the sign from Castro behind the dish, toes the rubber. Steering takes a couple of practice swings. Jones comes set, checks the runner at second. Pearson fires 1-2. Runner goes to the sky towards right. Beam running over to it in foul territory, and he will not make the catch as he braced himself. Very similar to where he slipped and fell the last time that ball was hit out there, and that was probably a better decision for him because you want to make sure that your safety is the #1 priority. And yes, that ball was catchable. Yes, I do believe that he made the right decision in bracing himself, saying, you know what, if I get it, great. If not, I'd rather be safe. And a very smart decision by the right fielder. 1-2, the count, still steering, steps back in. One, two, slapped in the left, but out of play. And that will bring the count once again to 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Oaks cap off their 3-game homestand tomorrow. At home against Team Victory. A 4:30 start for that one, 4:15 pregame show. And then on Sunday, the Oaks will hit the road for the sixth and final game against the Halos of the season. Halos currently riding a 7-game losing streak. That game will be at 5 o'clock, a rare late game on a Sunday. Oaks have a day off on Monday before being home against the Catch on Tuesday, at the Catch on Wednesday, in San Luis Obispo on Thursday, Santa Barbara on Friday, and Pasadena on Saturday. 1-2, skied into right center. Beam runs up on it and will make the catch for out number 3. 1 run comes around on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're through 5.5 here from Sparky Anderson Field. 6-5 our score. Oaks lead it. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Back here in the bottom of the 6th, Keith Schneider, my name is Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks Baseball on KDTV. 6-5 our score is Jacob Castro. We'll kick things off here for the Oaks in the bottom of the 6th inning on the day for the number 8 hitter in the lineup. 0 for 2. But he looks to change that here. Uristoras is still on the rubber, deals the first pitch, low and inside for ball 1. The Oaks only have 1 more interleague game after tomorrow. They'll play the Ventura County Pirates next week, and that will be the only interleague game they have left of the season. 1-0, skied back out of play for strike number 1.
Yeah, Jonathan, like you mentioned last inning, the Oaks are being a lot more efficient with their hits. Down 11-7 on the scoreboard, but they're 6 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and that's a real big testament to why they're up 6-5 today.
That is a big stat for the Oaks. Leaving runners in scoring position has been an Achilles heel all season long. 1-1 runs upstairs for ball number 2. 6 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Riptide. Lay of the land for you here for the Surf. My mistake. Baskel in right, Hasung in center, Thompson in left. I'll give you the infield here after this pitch. 2-1 outside for ball 3. Steering at first, Matten at second. Soshka at short, Hoppy at third, and Zuniga behind the dish. On the mound is Uristoras. 6-5 our score, as Keith mentioned, runners in scoring position. The Oaks are 6 for 9 today. 3-1 popped up into center field. Veering to his right is Hasung, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Jacob Castro can't seem to buy a hit today, but he'll still have another at-bat this afternoon, and hopefully he'll get a base knock.
Now batting, number 30, Milo Beam.
Milo Beam now will step in on the day, 1 for 1. He shakes off the dirt that he accumulated from diving into the bullpen in the last, or that top of the 6th. Single run scored in a hit by a pitch as he has a conversation with the umpire. And it looks like he's going to exchange, or maybe it's a wrapping of some sort.
Yeah, Jonathan, it seems like Milo had a little bit of a cut around his face or something, which is just needs to be wiped off because there can't be an open cut while the batter's in the batter's box. Tough day for Milo. Not in the field or batting wise, but he did get hit by a pitch on the helmet back in the third inning. On his first plate appearance, he did steal a base later in that inning, but getting hit in the head and falling out there in right field in the bullpen area, it's been a rough day for him.
He's a tough kid, though. You see head coach David Solis conversing with our home plate umpire. Oaks have Miguel Salud warming up and Joe Torres walking back in the bullpen. Along with Ty Harper now, we'll see who actually pitches. I know Salud will probably come in the next inning. The most outstanding player from Cal Lutheran in the Division III World Series. C-Beam's bandaged up and A-OK. We know that his father David and his mother Nellie are watching the game by way of a phone because of their daughter's game, but definitely appreciate them sticking with us, and hopefully they're sitting easy knowing that their son is A-OK. He has a smile on his face, and he digs back in with one away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reminder, Jonah will take over the 7th inning of play-by-play before I cap it off on the 8th and 9th. The first pitch slapped into center field. Running back is Hasung, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. 2 flyouts to center. Brings us back to the top of the order for Jason Oliver. 1 for 3 on the day with a single. 2 strikeouts. Tried advancing from second to home on a bunt by Brandon Lewis, but was tagged out on a 3-2-5-1 pickle as he digs in. The Cal State Roadrunner, Cal State Bakersfield Roadrunner, I should say, sporting the blue Roadrunner helmet with the golden B on the top, has been one of the more productive Oaks batters as of late. The first pitch runs upstairs for ball 1. Salud now really warming up in that pen for the Oaks. The Riptide are really short-handed today. And I keep saying the Riptide, I meant the Surf. I apologize, the B team for the Riptide, but they're very short-handed. Only 2 more players on the bench, 1-0 up and in for ball 2. So they have done a good job sticking into today's game. The Oaks have a problem with playing down to the opponents that are on paper aren't as good as them. 2-0, a 2 hopper to short. Sojka gets it and fires it over to first in time for out number 3. I'll expand more on that as into the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Oaks retired in order. We're through 6 full here from Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead at 6-5 right here on KDTV.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sparky Anderson Field. Jonah Malkin hopping on in place of Jonathan Rifkin for the 7th inning. Still alongside me is Keith Schneider. As the first pitch taken from Thompson upstairs is ball 1. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks is Miguel Salud, the Kyle Lutheran product, making his 5th appearance in today's game. The 1-0, low and inside for ball 2. A couple weeks ago, he was awarded the Most Valuable Player award in the Division III World Series Championship for the Kyle Lutheran Kingsmen. The 2-0 is popped into left center, and that's going to drop back against the wall. And Thompson is on at second with a stand-up double for the Surfs here in the top of the 7th.
A beautiful swing by Thompson. Took that pitch right back where it came from and just drove it in the left center field near that 375 sign, for a leadoff double.
6-5 is the score in the top of the 7th. Oaks leading the Surf. The Surf on 5 runs of 12 hits and 1 error, and the Oaks 6 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. And Kalani Madden will step in with the runner at second. First pitch to him, taken on the outside for ball 1. Showed bunt, but brought it back. He's 0 for 3 on the day, with 2 groundouts and a strikeout in the 5th. Looking for his first hit on the day. Salud checks Thompson at second. Comes set, deals the 1-0. Fastball catches low on the outside corner for a beautiful strike.
Yeah, like you said, perfect placement there in the bottom right-hand corner for Miguel Salud.
1-1 the count. Nobody away. Top of the 7th. 1-1 is fouled out of play for 1-2. 87-mile-an-hour fastball for Salud. His mean fastball is between
his mean
87,
fastball,
89.
I'd say, yeah, he usually clocks around 86 to 89 miles an hour.
Up in the count, 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Runs inside for 2-2. That one was an 81-mile-an-hour fastball to bring the count even at 2-2. Thompson still over at second, and Nick Bates waiting patiently on deck. Salud checks him at second. Fires the 2-2, swung on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Madden, and Salud gets his first strikeout on the day.
Yeah, and I know we said 86 to 89, but don't let that fool you. He can get his fastball into the low 90s. He's very effective. His teammates say he throws almost every type of pitch and throws it very well.
Really a soft-spoken individual, but just a great teammate. First pitch catches the bottom part of the strike zone for strike 1, taken by Nick Bates. Everyone on the Oaks team they all seem to have nice camaraderie, and they're all friendly with one another. Just a great environment as the 1-2 is fouled back and out of play for 0-2.
Yeah, and just like I mentioned earlier, he does throw that in the 90s. The last pitch was clocked at 94 miles an hour, so he can't get it up there.
Certainly has the arm strength. Shakes his head on a couple signs from Castro, but he'll come set. Ahead in the count. 0-2, fires the first pitch. Half-hearted swing to Weinstein at second, and he'll make the play to first for out number 2. Thompson will advance over to third, but the Surf with 2 away now in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that's a good piece of hitting right there by Bates, Moves the runner 90 feet to third base, and now he's just 90 feet away from tying this ball game up for the Surfs.
Catcher Juan Zuniga will step in from Concordia University in Irvine. 0 for 3 with a flyout, a strikeout, and a ground out. Looking to tie this game up. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Beautiful 90-mile-an-hour fastball right down the heart of the plate for Salud. With 2 away in the top of the 7th. Thompson over at third. And Zuniga looking to bring him home. 0-1 fastball drifts low and away for ball 1.
So that went 91 miles an hour. So maybe you heard us because now he can't stop hitting the 90 mile per hour range. Maybe he wants us to knock up that number a little bit.
1-1, just below the strike zone for 2-1. He played at St. Paul High School, is Zuniga in Santa Fe Springs, California. He's a 4-year varsity baseball player, named the first team All-League his junior and senior year, as well as MVP his senior year. 2-1, fouled out of play for 2-2. He said his greatest moment was sweeping his rival in high school 3-0, and they hadn't beaten their rival in 10 years, so he said that was his favorite moment back in high school baseball. 2-2 from Salud, runs low in the ground to bring the count full at 3-2.
It's a great block behind the dish by Jacob Castro. That ball gets past him. We have a tie game on our hands. It's always nice to know you have a catcher back behind the plate that can help you out when that pitch slips a little bit from your hand.
Salud comes set on the mound. Fires the payoff pitch, tapped back against the screen, and we'll do it again. Big spot for the Oaks, clinging to a 1-run lead in the top of the 7th. They lead at 6-5, but Thompson is looming 90 feet away over at third. And Juan Zuniga looking for the tying RBI. Payoff pitch from Salud is slapped into right field. Beam will get underneath it and make the catch for out number 3. So the Surf can't plate any runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. They trail the Oaks 6-5 heading into the bottom of the 7th, but the Oaks going to look to increase that lead when we come back.
7th inning stretch. Number 33, Corey Dawson.
Welcome back to Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead it 6-5 heading into the bottom of the 7th. Max Weinstein to lead off for the Oaks, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Surf is Corey Dawson, the left-handed pitcher from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Weinstein slaps that into foul territory for strike 1.
Correction, actually. They said Nathan Johnson's on the mound. Sorry, we got wrong information up here in the booth, but we're going to get back to the action though now.
Second pitch, Weinstein rips it, identical spot near the Oaks bullpen for an 0-2. Apologies, it said it listed Johnson with a certain number, and then they changed his uniform when he got on to the mound. But nonetheless, 0-2 slider, can't catch the top of the strike zone for 1-2. He steps in place of Jordan Rostroza. We'll give you his stats in just a moment as Weinstein fouls that out of play. He went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of which were earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So Johnson actually from Cypress, California, but undecided where he's going to play in the fall. Weinstein pops it out of play to stay alive in the count, 1-2. He's played in 8 games this season for the Surf. Actually has an extremely impressive .78 ERA. 1-2 slider nearly clips Weinstein, and they say it clips his left arm. So he'll be walked over to first on the second pitch that's hit in a batter for the Oaks in today's game.
Yeah, try to throw a high and inside fastball, which is not a bad idea with the Weinstein on the plate. Maybe try to brush him off a bit. But unfortunately, he ran that pitch a little bit too in, and it clips Weinstein's almost shoulder area, giving him the free base and giving Oaks the opening base runner of the inning.
Oaks looking to extend their lead in the bottom of the 7th. Brandon Lewis will step in with Weinstein over at first. First pitch to him runs outside for ball 1. Slow 67-mile-an-hour curveball taken on the outside for the Pierce College product, who's 1 for 3 on the day. The stand-up double and a run scored. 1-0. Lewis slaps that to the third base glove. The rally to first is in time for a nice 5-4-3 double play to put 2 away for the Oaks in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, Brandon Lewis tried to jump on that pitch, but unfortunately, a good play by the third baseman to set up that double play.
Now with the bases cleared, Grant Mayu will step in, the San Diego State Aztec who's been unbelievably efficient in this game. He's advanced over to first on 3 walks. He's come around to score twice. The first pitch runs low for ball 1. As we mentioned, he's drawn 3 walks. 1-0 is ripped into the left, but it's going to drift into foul territory for 1-1. Remember to follow us at Conejo_Oaks. I'm at Jonah_Malkin. The 1-1 runs upstairs for ball 2. You can follow the games on oaksbaseball.org, simulcast onto YouTube. Feel free to interact with us on the live chat. The 2-1 is tapped back against the screen for 2-2. Also want to take this time to thank all of our sponsors. Roadrunner Shuttle, taking us to and from all of our away games. Stephen Joseph Sweet, MD, Orthopedic Surgery. Cronies Bar and Grill, and Jimmy John's. We appreciate all the support you give the Oaks, and they welcome you into their family as the 2-2 is speared out of the air from Madden for out number 3. Weinstein led off, getting hit by a pitch to first, followed by the double play, and the line out to second ends the bottom of the 7th for the Oaks. They plate no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. They're clinging to a 6-5 lead heading into the top of the 8th. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. Top of the 8th here at Sparky Anderson Field. Welcome back, everybody. Still, Jonah Malkin on play-by-play with Stastich and Keith Schneider for the 8th inning. Ty Harpenow, the new pitcher on the mound for the Oaks, deals the first pitch low and inside for ball 1. Oaks lead it 6-5. With Miguel Abascal in the bottom of the order, the 9th spot for the Surf to lead off. 1-0 from Harpenow is popped back. Castro will get underneath it and make the catch for out number 1. So a quick 1 out for the Surf here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, it was a great job by Castro staying with that ball. Can get a little hard to see it sometimes when it's next to that net, but he did a great job staying with it and made the catch.
And back to the top of the order we go. Luke Sung started in the leadoff spot for the Surf today. He's had an impressive day so far. First pitch, cut on and missed for strike 1 from Harpenow. He's an impressive 3 for 4 on the day. He's come around to score twice. Once was on an error, once was not. But also has an RBI double for the Orange Coast Community College products. Harpenow deals the 0-1 fastball, cut on and missed for strike 2. Beautiful pitch on the outside. Fastball from Harpenow. Has that wicked tail at the end of it, as we mentioned, making his 9th appearance for the Oaks this season. The 0-2 runs up and in for ball 1.
Clocked at 91 miles an hour. Ty Harpenow really throwing the heater there, brushing him off the plate. Maybe to set up something away or come back inside. Who knows?
Harpenow deals the 1-0, grounded to Cockrell at third, and he'll make the throw to Santana, who's able to keep his foot on the base for out number 2. Beautiful play from Santana to put 2 on the boards for the Surf. And now stepping in, Austin Sojka will step in. He's 2 for 4. A couple singles and a flyout and a ground out. And for Ty Harpenow, plays his college ball at Texas Tech, entering his junior year this past season. Played 9 games, a 6.11 ERA, but 21 strikeouts. 0-0 pitch, catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Ty has a very interesting motion. I kind of think it reminds me a little bit about Barry Zito when he played for the Giants, but it gets the job done.
0-1, beautiful slider that drops on the inside corner for 0-2.
Back to my point, Barry Zito had that almost tilt of the back motion like Harpenow, looking at just from his peripherals, but he seems to fire it in there faster due to his motion.
0-2 from Harpenow, runs low and in the ground for ball 1. Harpenow took the spot in place of Miguel Salud, who pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. So Harpenow is the 5th pitcher in the rotation for head coach Solis in today's game. But has done a fine job. 1-2, popped shallow into foul territory. Castro and Cockrell try and make a play on it, but it'll drop, and we'll do it again at 1-2. For the Oaks, this is the first time that they're playing the Orange County Surf this season. They played against their 18, the Orange County Riptide, twice already this past season. As the 1-2 runs low in the ground to bring the count even at 2-2. The first time they played them was at Sparky Anderson Field. Or actually, I should say they've played them 3 times. The first time they played them was at Concordia University, where they won 5-3. They lost the second time on June 13th here at Sparky Anderson, 15-7. And then beat them here as the 2-2 is ripped into shallow right for a 2-out single for Sajka to send him over to first.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Sajka, fighting off a couple really good pitches from Ty Harpenow. and eventually finding a fastball on the outside part of the plane, just sending it back where it came from, taking it to right field for a base hit.
Surf keeping this inning and the game alive with a 2-out single. Wide Hoppy lays off the pitch that runs in the ground for ball 1. And as I was saying, in the third game between the Orange County Riptide and the Oaks won it 12-9 here at Sparky Anderson Field. 1-0 runs low for ball 2. Hoppy on the day, 1 for 3. The single run scored and 2 strikeouts. Also drew a walk in the first inning. But looking to keep this inning alive for the Surf. 2-0 is tapped out of play, and we'll do it again. So 2-1 the count. Sachka over at first with a 2-out single. Miguel Abascal led off with a pop-up into foul territory, followed by a ground out. Runner's going to go. The 2-1 is catches the outside corner. The throw to second is in time for out number 3. Beautiful throw from Castro over to Weinstein, ends the top of the 8th, and the Surf can't plate any runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. The Oaks lead it 6-5 heading into the bottom of the 8th. They're going to look to extend that lead when we come back. Top of the 8th, or bottom of the 8th we go. Welcome back, everybody. Cody Santana shows bunt and fouls it off for strike 1. He's leading off in the bottom of the 8th for the Oaks. They lead it 6-5. New pitcher on the mound for the Surf.
And Cody
Devin Saturius, who from Dana Point, California, plays his college ball at Saddleback Community College, entering his junior year.
Cody Santana, Jonah, not really a bunt threat, but sees the third baseman off the bag and thought, might as well try it.
Trying to pull a beam with a laid down bunt, and advancing to first successfully. 0-1 curveball, just drops low for ball 1. So far this season for the Surfs, just played in 5 games, as a 4.38 ERA, deals the 1-1 low and outside for ball 2. He's given up 14 hits and 5 runs, all of which were earned with 7 strikeouts. Wide Pacific Shark will dig in. 2-1 is slapped into center, right into the glove of Hussing for out number 1.
Yeah, Cody hit down a line drive. Unfortunately, it was just right at the center fielder, Hussing, and for out number 1.
Now Chase Cockrell will step in. He's had an impressive day, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Coming off a really nice performance yesterday, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs as well. So 4 RBIs collectively in the last 2 games. First pitch, swung on and missed. Or tapped and fouled back for strike 1. Devin Saturius taking the place of Nathan Johnson, who just came in and pitched 1 inning. Gave up 0 hits, 0 runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Saturius comes set, deals the 0-1 curveball. That drops up and in for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Santana led things off with a fly out to center. And now Chase Cockrell up at the plate, and Jordan McFarland in the hole. 1-1 fastball runs low and in the ground for 2-1. For the Surf, this is their 5th pitcher on the mound in their rotation. They're giving a number of guys an opportunity to get some valuable playing time and experience against a loaded Conejo Oaks team. 2-1 fastball ripped into left field for a base hit, and Cockrell is on over at first to get things started for the Oaks in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, like you said, Chase Cockrell hitting machine these last couple of days. 3 for 5 yesterday, 3 for 4 today. Had 6 hits in the last 2 games. He's been on fire recently. Hopefully this can continue for the last part of the season to make a late push into the playoff race.
And Jordan McFarland will step in, and he's been phenomenal in the last 2 games. He is 1 for 3 today with an RBI. Lays off the inside slider for ball 1, but in the month of June, McFarland was batting around 184, and in July, batting a little under 350. 1-0, drops low and outside for ball 2. The Oaks had an incredible month of July, but have dipped down a bit, or incredible month of June, as the 2-0 catches the outside corner for strike 1. They were 16-7 in June, and now they're 4-6 in the month of July and trying to make a late playoff push with just 8 CCL games remaining in the season. 2-1 to McFarland, runs up and away for ball 3.
And you know, Jonah, if they keep playing like this, in like the last 3 or 4 games or so, minus the Legends game at Long Beach, I think they'll make the playoffs.
Certainly hope so. 3-1, drops over the heart of the plate for strike 2. 5th full count situation now for the Oaks pending. And currently they're 5 games back behind the Santa Barbara Foresters, who lead the Central Division at 21-8. They're at 14-11 in the CCL Central. Payoff pitch is slapped into left center for a 2nd consecutive base hit. And runners now at 1st and 2nd with Jacob Castro stepping in. So a quick fly out to center, followed by consecutive base hits. Puts 2 runners on. And Jacob Castro, looking for his first hit of the day, steps in. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, Jacob Castro, big opportunity here to add a little insurance runs for the top of the 9th when closer Robbie Mandel looks to be coming in. And this would be huge for the, not just the record, but the confidence of the Oaks.
Saturius deals the first curveball, drops on the inside corner for strike 1. As you mentioned, Keith, Robbie Mandel warming up in the Oaks bullpen, has 8 saves on the season, which leads the CCL this season. 0-1 fastball is fouled out of play for 0-2. They said initially that since 2011, 11 saves was the CCL record, but after a couple changes in the rulebook, or looking up some different stats in the rulebook, apparently that number has increased to 14, but we have no doubt Medell can claim that number as the 0-2 is fouled into the Surfs dugout to stay alive.
Great foul. Excuse me. Great job by Jacob Castro to foul that ball off. That was a tough pitch, a slider coming in on the inside corner. Great job, Jacob Castro.
Looking to work his way back in the count. Down 0-2, runners at first and second. Sartorius comes set. And Castro will pop that into shallow right. That's going to drop for a base hit. The throw gets over the second baseman's head. And Cockrell will be held up at third. But the bases are loaded on 3 consecutive hits for the Oaks. And Milo Beam to step in.
Nice piece of hitting by Jacob Castro. It is ruled a base hit and an error by the right fielder on the throw to second. So it is still a base hit, but could have been trouble. Could have been out at second base because Jordan McFarland had to hold up as it was a shallow fly ball in right field. Didn't want to get doubled off. But once it dropped, there seemed to almost be a play at second base. Fortunately, he overthrew the runner. So while it is a base hit, there could have been a play at second resulting in the error.
Now bases are loaded in the bottom of the 8th. Surf's infield, and their head coach will have a meeting on the mound. The meeting will quickly break. And just 1 out for the Oaks in the bottom of the 8th. And Milo Beam, who hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th in yesterday's contest, looking for what could be his first grand slam of the season.
I think it would also be the Oaks' first grand slam of the season, so we're all hoping he gets a hold of one. Correction, I would be wrong on that one.
Well, it would be something special. The Oaks.
And again, the run for Jacob Castro. Out of home is number 4, DJ Miller.
Oh, DJ Miller will pinch run in place of Jacob Castro. The speedy Miller with bases loaded, and Milo Beam. First pitch to him drops in for strike 1.
Nonetheless, this would be an amazing time for Milo B to get a base hit, open up, so Robbie has a little bit more insurance for the 9th.
Sartorius deals the 0-1, taken on the inside corner for 0-2. And actually, Keith, you would be right. This would be the first grand slam for the Oaks. The Oaks have been on the opposite side of a grand slam twice this season, looking to redeem themselves and return the favor. 0-2 runs upstairs for ball 1.
Don't worry, Jonah. I do accept your apology.
Wasn't an apology.
I'm taking it as one, though.
Well, you can take it how you'd like it.
I will.
I don't mind. Torres checks. The runner at second. Comes set. Deals the 1-2 curveball. Low in the ground for 2-2. So DJ Miller over at first. Jordan McFarland at second. Chase Cockrell at third. With 1 away, a 2-2 count, and Milo Beam, he's 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Looking to give the Oaks some insurance runs. 2-2 is grounded lightly to third. The play to home plate will come in time. So they'll put 2 away, but advance the runners to second and third. So base is still loaded with 2 away. Cockrell's tagged out at home plate on the 5-2 putout. But Beam's over at first, Castro at second, and Jordan McFarland still over at third.
And actually pinch hitting right now is Zane Willems for Jason Oliver. A little surprising considering how well Oliver has done recently. But today he's only 1 for 4. So I guess manager David Solis is thinking, why not bring in Zane to see what he can do?
And Willems actually came to pinch hit in place of DJ Miller in yesterday's game, was 1 for 1 with a single and drew a walk. So looking to emulate that success from yesterday's contest. try and extend the Oaks lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. First pitch to Willems. Runs outside for ball 1.
You can definitely believe the Surf are going to not necessarily pitch around Zane, but he's a big power hitter, so they're definitely going to be careful how pitching, because one swing of the bat can make this game 10-5.
1-0 is grounded into foul territory. Let's bring the count even at 1-1. Oaks 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Surf 5 runs, 13 hits, and 1 error. The Oaks looking to extend their lead here. Sartorius digs in. Foul, and Willems will pop the 1-1 into right field. And Abasca will make the catch for a crucial out number 3. So the Surf dodge a major bullet in the bottom of the 8th. Oaks can't plate any runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base. They're clinging to a 6-5 lead with Robbie Medell coming up to the mound looking to close this thing up when we head into the top of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break.
Vidal.
Back here in the top of the 9th, the voice of Jonathan Rifkin, joined along by my side, our statistician and color guy for today's game, Keith Schneider. Jonah taking the last half inning, or possible half inning of this game off, as Robbie Medell, the Oaks superstar closer, steps in. And looks to close this thing out. Oaks up 6-5 here in the top of the 9th. He deals the first pitch, a half-hearted swing towards third. Cockrell bobbles it, gets it back in the glove, underhand flip to Santana. Is in time to get Wyatt Hoppy out for out number 1. That was a nice play from Cockrell, though he almost bobbled it. 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error for the Oaks. 5 runs, 13 hits, and an error for the Surf. And Phil Steering will dig in now. He's had a very productive day. 2 for 2 with a walk, a sacrifice fly, 2 RBIs, and a home run. First pitch from Medell, swung and a miss for strike number 1. Robbie Medell from the University of Arizona in his 2nd season with the Oaks has been unbelievable. He doesn't have a blown save, but he has a loss after he gave up a walk-off last week in a 4-3 loss to the SoCal Catch in Biola. But other than that, he's been stellar, 8 for 8 in saves. Deals the 0-1. Low for ball 1, put ones across the board. That read 96 on the gun, but I think that may be inflated just a little bit because I don't think we've seen Medell hit better than 94 all season, and his mean fastball tends to be between about 91 and 93. Looking to get signed in the offseason, but won't go back to Arizona if he needs. The 1-1. Crack towards third. Cockrell gloves this one cleanly this time and fires it to Santana for out number 2. 1 away now from this game being over.
And you know, in baseball, they say there's an old thing that if you make a bobble or you don't make the play exactly how you like, baseball's a game where they will give you another shot. Right there, showing off. Cockrell bobbled the first out in the inning, got back to it, but he got another shot to get the cleanly second out of the inning.
Brett Thompson digs in as the last breath of hope for the Surf. 2 for 4 on the day. Pops back the first pitch foul for strike number 1. Fly out to center in the first, a double, single, and a strikeout under his belt. The Oaks win today's game. The win will go to Riley Jones for the Oaks. 0-1, runs low and away, 4-1. The loss would go to Jordan Uristorza for the Surf. 1-1, 2 away here, top of the 9th. Oaks up 6-5. Robbie Medell. Pearson fires the 1-1. Popped up sky high towards the left side, and Cockrell will make way for Mayu, who makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base.
Orange County Surf 5. Don't forget, fans, tomorrow is Intern Appreciation Day along with Host Family Appreciation.
So the Oaks take today's game 6-5. The final line for you. Oaks get 6 hits on 10 runs, 1 error. And they leave a total of 6 on base. For the Surf, they leave 9 on base, have an error, 13 hits, and 5 runs. The Oaks improve the record to 21-13 overall. 14-11 still in the CCL. This was an interleague game. The Surf drop now their 3rd consecutive game. Win goes to Alonzo Garcia for the Oaks. The loss goes to Jordan Uristorza. And Keith, the Oaks, though it was a interleague game, confidence-wise after a big win yesterday, able to get a 2nd straight win, one more an interleague game, I should say, before going back into conference play. While it doesn't affect their CCL record, what does it mean just to the confidence and to the mobility of this team?
It means a lot, Jonathan. As you can, just shown on our cameras on the screen, a lot of the Oaks players were dancing, smiling, laughing with one another, which we haven't seen in quite some time, a couple weeks. They're starting to have fun again. And honestly, watch out if you're the other CCL teams. When this team starts to have fun, they can be scary good. Like, they put up runs like there's no tomorrow. They had 35 runs in 2 out of the last 3 CCL games, and this team isn't out yet.
By the way, the save goes to Robbie Medell, 9 for 9 on the season. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here on the broadcast. Head over to Twitter in just about 5 minutes or so for our Oaks post-game show from the field. Jonah Malkin will be interviewing Chase Cockrell, our Oaks offensive player on the day. 3 for 4, 3 singles, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a stolen base. And he really turned it around. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, all the Surf, for providing us with their roster and updates, our team ops and PA announcer Chris Raffinelli, all the interns down in the press box, my broadcasting partners, Keith Schneider and Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkin signing off. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 4:30, 4:20 pregame show when the Oaks take on Team Victory. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Once again, the Oaks win it 6-5.